My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Ultimate Edition Fan Takeover Amazon exclusive, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. And so here we have the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Jeff Hardy does come with two different head sculpts. We do get the stern neutral expression, and then we do get a yelling expression. He also does come with two pairs of hands. We get a pair of grip hands. Then he comes with a pair of Hardy posing hands. He of course does come with a soft grid shirt, which does fit over the figure okay. And then he comes with the WWE spinner belt. Other than that, Jeff Hardy doesn't come with any other accessories. Another missed opportunity to give Jeff some fists, just saying. But with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy. And so here we have a closer look at the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy, and to be quite honest, I'm really torn between this figure. I want to like it. There's parts about it that I hate, but there's also things to really like about this figure. So let's actually talk about one of the high points. The head sculpts on this figure are perfect. They represent Jeff Hardy just perfectly. I love both of these head sculpts. I really don't know which one I want to pose mine with. I'm leaning toward the yelling head just because it sits a little bit higher on the neck. Because as you can see with the current head he has on him right now, his head sits really low on his neck, and it gives him like this really squatty appearance because his traps just seem to go into his head. Jeff Hardy was never like that. Jeff Hardy has always had a neck, and I know you can kind of like fudge it and pop his head up just a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't really look right because he doesn't have a neck. But they did a very good job with a lot of the detailing here on Jeff Hardy. You can see that he does have the beard that we would expect with the different cuts in it. He does have some cuts up here in his hair, which look really nice. I do like the detailing in there. Even though it is just painted over sculpted detail, you really don't notice it too much, so that's a really nice little nod. Really do like the face paint on Jeff Hardy. I think they did a fairly decent job with that. It's really hard to actually get Jeff's face paint done right in figure form, so gotta give him credit right here, and this one looks like it was running a little bit more. The hair is one of the high points of this figure. You can see he does have the purple, the yellow, and the almost indigo color right here, which is how Jeff looked at his match with Edge and Triple H, which I think that this figure looks really nice in some parts. Now, I have noticed that when you have his regular head on, the necklace kind of wants to fight you because it's getting sandwiched between the hair, and there's really no way to alleviate that except by popping the head off and either taking the necklace off or switching the head. So yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, that already looks so much better now that he has a neck, doesn't it? I think so, but anyway, we'll push that back down. So yeah, you're fighting the hair and the necklace right here, so that is a little bit unfortunate, but he does have the Hardy emblem right there, so that is really nice. I do like the necklace. So moving on to the torso, this figure, I feel like they got the wrong torso for Jeff here. He feels like he's too big. Now, that's not too much of an issue when you have the shirt off, but when you put the shirt on, he looks completely massive, and that is not how Jeff Hardy is. Jeff Hardy has a really thin frame. I'm almost tempted to say I would have preferred them using the Shawn Michaels or the Edge body for this figure, just because it was much skinnier, and even though Jeff isn't ripped, I think that would have looked better with the tank top on, because this one, it's kind of weird that they gave him the Stone Cold Steve Austin upper torso, and I don't know if this is the same torso that Austin had, but it has the same butterfly joints as Stone Cold, and it's not a really good torso to use for Jeff Hardy, because Jeff has always been a skinnier guy, except that one time when he put on a lot of weight. So yeah, even though it looks okay without the shirt, the moment you put that shirt on, it makes him look massive, and that is really terrifying, to be quite honest. It's not even a good look for the figure. His armbands do look nice. I do like the effort that Mattel put in them. He does have the tricolor. We have the white, the green, and the dark blue. Yes, it's dark blue. It's not black, so it still looks really nice. I do like it. They did a fairly good job painting it, although you can see right here at the edges it is a little bit fuzzy, and they didn't get the pin on both sides. So yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate. He does have his tattoo right here, which is going up his arm all the way to his neck. It hasn't quite reached his neck at this point yet, but he does have his Hardy emblem tattoo in the back, so that is really nice. I do like those little details. So from the waist down, this is the exact same Hardy torso that we've seen over and over again, which I have no issues with. It is kind of strange that they didn't paint all the belt loops. I mean, you can see there's a painted belt loop there. There should be one right here. There's none here, but then we get to the back, we have painted belt loops. And then we go over here, that's that belt loop. So yeah, really odd that not all the belt loops are painted on Jeff Hardy, but I do like the fact that he's still wearing the studded belt. And of course, the Hardy cargo pants go with this figure really nicely. Again, they're the exact same mold that we've seen with every single Jeff Hardy and most Matt Hardys. I believe Matt Hardy might use a different set of legs in some costumes, but yeah, Jeff Hardy has always used these legs, so it's really nice that they still work with this figure. And then we get the Jeff Hardy shoes, although they're not 100% accurate because what he has on here are kick pads, and Hardy, even though he does somewhat wear kick pads, they're not true kick pads. They're really like boots that go up here and they have like Velcro on them. Still a really nice look for the figure. I am happy with how he came out in some aspects, but in other aspects, not a fan. And again, you can see how that necklace wants to fight you. There's just really no way to get it to look right with this particular hair, but you gotta make the best with what you have. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Jeff Hardy compared to other figures you may have in your collection. So for our comparisons, here we do have Jeff Hardy posed next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Jeff Hardy's Articulation. Now, Jeff Hardy is sporting the new Ultimate Edition Articulation, which is a ball joint in the head, although because of how low this head sits on that ball joint, we don't get too much upward movement. We do get some downward play, and we do have some head tilt, and again, you can see how that necklace wants to fight you every inch of the way. His head does turn left and right, and again, because of how low it sits, this necklace is a pain to deal with sometimes. It's really annoying, to be quite honest, but he does have a butterfly joint. Now on mine, yeah, it's very, very loose. You can see it doesn't even hold its shape. It just flops around, and that is really unfortunate, especially for how much you pay for Ultimate Edition figures. But yeah, he does have a butterfly joint, which does move in and out. Arms go out to the side about that far, go all the way around, no problem. He does have a bicep swivel, double bend here at the elbow. We have a swivel and hinge at the wrist. We do have a ball joint in the torso, which he can lean side to side, back, forward, and oh, that was a nasty crack. I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah, he does lean back, and there's the crack again. Leans forward. No rotation at that upper torso, but we do get rotation at his waist. Legs do kick forward to about right there. Go out to the side, and could be better. Swivels up high in the thigh. Double bend here at the knee. He does have a ball joint here at the ankle, which does move forward and back a little bit. Moves side to side and rotates, but you can see it is hindered greatly by this pant leg. He does have rocker ankle, and it does move independently of that ball joint, so that is really nice. And then we do have a very generous toe hinge. So overall, Jeff Hardy has some pretty good articulation. So what do I think of the figure? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to move on to my final thoughts, so we can finish up this review and you can see what I really think about the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy. And so here we have the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy pose for my final thoughts. And overall, I think this is an okay figure. It's not the best Jeff Hardy figure that we've ever seen, but at the same time, it's not the worst. That actually goes to basic figures because those figures are absolute trash. But anyway, having a look at Jeff Hardy here, they did a lot of things right with this figure, but they also did a lot of things wrong. For instance, the torso is just way too big to be Jeff Hardy, even though it does look okay when he has the shirt off. When he has the shirt on, he looks ripped and he looks so massive, it just doesn't look right when this figure has a shirt on. If anything, they should have gone the Macho Man route and sculpted the shirt on and just given us a new torso with this figure, rather than using the Stone Cold torso, because it just doesn't work for Jeff Hardy. Again, I would have either preferred molding their very own torso for Jeff Hardy, or just giving us the Edge and HBK body, which is a lot slimmer, and even though it's not accurate to Jeff being ripped, the shirt would probably fit a lot better. Now, I do like the fact that he does come with the spinner belt. It is one of the title belts that is becoming harder and harder to find, just because the spinner belt hasn't been seen in quite some time. I do like the fact that we've gotten a few figures with it. Jeff Hardy here is still a very nice looking figure, and if you're a fan of the Hardy Boys, you're gonna want to pick this figure up now. At the time I'm making this video, Jeff Hardy is an Amazon exclusive figure, and I have seen him go anywhere from $40 all the way up to $80 and $90, which is insane. I honestly don't see a $90 figure here. I don't even see a $40 figure here. I can barely stomach a $30 figure, which is what this figure cost me, and even though he's $30, I still feel like I overpaid for this figure. He's not the best Ultimate Edition figure that we've ever seen, but he is by no stretch the worst. He is one of the worst, but he is not the worst. I mean, there are some things to like about this figure, but overall, objectively, this figure doesn't come with too many accessories, and he just looks absurd when he has a shirt on, so I do gotta mention that. So if you're a fan of Jeff Hardy and you really need this figure in your collection, I can see you adding him. If you don't want to spend the $30, or if you want to spend $40 for a good Jeff Hardy figure, might I recommend the 2-pack with Triple H, because I honestly think that's a much better figure than this Jeff Hardy. Even though he doesn't come with the double joints or the butterfly elbows, he still comes with the same amount of hands and a title belt, and I honestly think the Attitude Era Jeff Hardy is a better look than the Ruthless Aggression Hardy. So with that out of the way, guys, if you're a fan of Jeff Hardy and you want this figure, add him to your collection. If not, definitely pass on this figure. I can see a lot of people passing on it, especially because it's an Amazon exclusive figure, and it's really hard to find him at $30. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.